Hi everyone, I am Madhu. In this video, we are going to talk about one of the most important topic of maths, that is the rational numbers. So let's get started with it. So before we start with the rational numbers, we should take a look on the types of numbers. So numbers are divided into two types, real numbers and imaginary numbers. Real numbers are further divided into rational and irrational numbers, and then rational numbers are divided into integers and non-integral numbers. And non-integral numbers are further divided into fractions and decimals. Integers have three parts: negative integers, zero, and positive integers. So here we will see that zero and positive integers means all the positive numbers plus 0 makes the whole number. And only positive integers are also known as natural numbers. So positive integers or natural numbers have four subparts, that is odd number, even number, prime number and composite number. So in this video our topic is rational number. So let's get started with it. So now we will discuss about what are rational numbers. Rational numbers are those numbers which can be represented in the form of P by Q. Means the numbers which can be represented in the form of P and Q, those are the rational numbers. Both the condition of the rational number is that the both P and Q should be integers. Means here P is the numerator and Q is the denominator. So both numerator and denominator should be integers, and the Q or the denominator should not be equal. Should not be equal to 0. If the denominator is 0, then that number cannot be a rational number. So now we will discuss about positive rational numbers and negative rational numbers. For example, positive rational number 4 by 11, 5 by 7 or minus 2 by minus 9. Here minus get cancelled and it is only the positive rational number. So if the sign is same of minus, it gets cancelled and that number gets converted into positive. So now negative rational numbers. Minus 11 by 17, minus 23 by 30 or 14 by minus 19. These are the negative rational numbers. So now we will discuss about the standard form of a rational number. For example, I am taking 48 by minus 84. I want to convert this into its standard form. First step is we have to convert that number into its lowest term. We will get it cancelled, it goes by 12. Here 4, 7. We get the answer 4 by minus 7. But remember, the minus sign should always with the numerator. Means the minus is always with the numerator. So the standard form and the actual answer we get is the minus 4 by 7. So one more example I am taking. For example, 24 by minus 48. Same here, firstly we will take its lowest term. It goes by 12, 2, 4, 1, 2. We get 1 by minus 2. But the minus will be with the numerator. So the answer is minus 1 by 2. So these are the standard forms. Like this we can convert any number in its standard form. So now we will discuss about how to represent a rational number on a number line. For example, I am taking 3 by 5. I want to represent 3 by 5 on a number line. So first step is we will divide it and we will take an estimate between which number it lies. So 3 by 5 if we will divide, we will get approximately 0.6. We will get 0.6. So here we will write 0.6. 6. So by seeing 0.6 we can get to know that the number lies between 0 and 1. So we will draw now a straight line, and we will write 0 here and 1. And the 3 by 5 lies between them. So now you have to see that where should I place this number so that 0 and 1 the values are received correct. For example, if I take 5 by 5 with same denominator, we have to take same denominator. What should I write here that I get 1? If I will write here 5 by 5, so obviously if I will cancel them, I will get 1. So it is correct, and now we will start moving this side. 4 by 5, 3 by 5, 2 by 5, 1 by 5, and this is 0 by 5. So you can see, to verify your number line, you can see the ends. Here if we will cancel 5 by 5, I will get 1. So it is correct. And here also 0 by 5 means 0. It is also correct. So our number line is correct. But our question is, we have to represent 3 by 5. So here is 3 by 5. You will circle it and you can show where it is. Like this we can represent any number on number line. I am taking one more example of 13 by 4. So first step is we will divide it, and we will take an estimate between which numbers it lies. Like 13 by 4, if I divide, it is between 3, it will come something 3.2 means 3.2 means it lies between 3 and 4. So now I will draw a straight line and I will write 3 here and 4 here. And with the denominator 4, which number should I write on the numerator so that after cancelling I get 4? So if we write 16 by 4, if I will cancel them, I will get 4. So it is correct. Now we will start moving this side. 15 by 4, 14 by 4, 13 by 4, and this will be 12 by 4. Now you can see, if we cancel 12 by 4, we will get 3. So it is also correct. So now we have discussed about the number line, and now we will discuss about some properties related to the addition of rational numbers. So first property is closure property. In this, if we have any rational number, for example a by b, and we add it with another rational number c by d, and we get the answer e by f. So the answer that we get will also be a rational number. Means if we add any two rational numbers, the answer will also be a rational number. Next is commutative law. If we add any two rational numbers, a by b plus c by d, we can also represent it as c by d plus a by b. Means any value we can put at first or at the last, the answer will not be affected, or the answer will come same. You can put any value at the first or at last. This is known as commutative law. Now we have next associative law. If we have any three rational numbers, a by b plus c by d plus e by f, and if I put any two of them in brackets, for example I will put these two in brackets, this can also be represented as a by b plus c by d plus e by f. If I will put these two also in brackets, the answer will come same. Means brackets can be placed anywhere, the answer will come same. This is known as associative law. Next is existence of additive identity. Additive identity for all the rational numbers is 0. For example, we have a rational number a by b. If we add 0, the answer will come same. So 0 is the additive identity for all the rational numbers. This property is known as existence of additive identity. Next is existence of additive inverse. Additive inverse means the opposite sign of that number. For example, a by b is there and I want the additive inverse of it. So the sign will be just opposite, minus a by b. If I have minus a by b, then it will be equal to a by b. Means if we want additive inverse, in simple words, we have to just opposite its sign or its value. So these were some of the properties related to the addition of rational numbers. So now we will discuss about some properties related to the multiplication of rational numbers. There are 7 properties. The first 5 properties are same as of addition, but there are 2 more. So our first property is closure property. In this, if we multiply two rational number, for example, a by b into c by d, and we get the answer e by f. So the answer that we get will also be a rational number. Means if you multiply any two rational numbers, the answer will also be a rational number. Next is the commutative law. In this, if any two numbers, for example a by b into c by d, it can also be represented as c by d into a by b. Means we can place any number at the front or at the last. The answer will remain same. This is known as commutative law. Next is associative law. Any three rational number, for example a by b into c by d into e by f, and if I put any two of them in brackets, for example this one, it can also be represented as a by b into c by d into e by f. I can put these also in brackets. Means brackets can be placed anywhere, the answer will remain same. This is known as associative law. Next is existence of multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity for all the rational numbers is 1. Means if we multiply 1 with any rational number, for example a by b into 1, the answer will come same. So that's why 1 is the multiplicative identity for all the numbers. This is known as existence of multiplicative identity. Next is existence of multiplicative inverse. In simple words, multiplicative inverse means the reciprocal of that number. For example, I have a by b. So the multiplicative inverse of this number will be b by a. So means we just have to do the reciprocal. It is meant by the multiplicative inverse. Next is distributive law of multiplication over addition. Means any three rational numbers, for example a by b into, in the bracket c by d, but here is addition. You can see here that a rational number a by b is multiplied by these two, which are in the sign of addition. So distributive law of multiplication over addition means this a by b will distribute it. Means firstly a by b will be multiplied by c by d, then it will be multiplied by e by f. It will be multiplied by both the numbers. So we can say that firstly a by b into firstly c by d, close the braces, then a by b into this one e by f. This is the distributive law of multiplication over addition. Next is multiplicative property of 0. It is so simple that if we multiply 0 with any number, for example a by b into 0, the answer becomes 0. This is the multiplicative property of 0. So we have finished our topic of rational numbers. Thank you.